Kayak gets my flight, hotel, and rental car right, so I can tune out travel advice that's just plain wrong.
Bro, SkyCoin. Way better than points.
Never fly during a Scorpio full moon.
Just tell the manager you'll sue. Instant room upgrade.
Stop taking bad travel advice. Start comparing hundreds of sites with Kayak and get your trip right. Kayak. Got that right.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Alrighty, Lionel with you, and this is the other side of midnight, and specifically, this is Warrior Wednesday, where we talk about, obviously, every week, one of the most important and critical issues. In fact, I can't think of anything more important than the future of children who face a contamination, who face something which is so difficult to explain because many of us try to compare what kids today are facing in terms of digital predation with what we knew when we were kids. Oh, that was Playboy. Well, we had Playboy. I mean, what? And I don't blame people for not understanding it because most people, very frankly, don't have any idea of how horrible this is. Well, that's the purpose of this. And as is our want, as is our schedule, I'm so proud to bring to the microphone, my full disclosure, I love to say that, my beloved wife, Lynn Shaw from Lynn's Warriors, lynswarriors.org, and on Twitter or X, Lynn's_Warriors, to talk about today. This topic is the war for our children's screens. And there's a recurring theme here, I think you've heard this, and that is to focus on and to exemplify and illustrate the criticality of how social media platforms, this is where the predators lie. So without further ado, I bring to the microphones Lynn Shaw from Lynn's Warriors. Welcome, wifey.
Good morning, Lionel. Good morning, my husband. I want to start with something so important. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for always showcasing what we at the Warriors call critical and crucial information for America to wake up. And I think this morning, the public, our warriors out there, need a refresher, a tutorial, because the predators are winning. I don't like to say that, but we give you reality, truth, right here from the Warriors. So I want everybody to wake up. I want to remind everybody, although we work on a lot of child safety legislation, and we must, no legislation can replace parental involvement in your child's screen life. And you know, Lionel, we have to keep talking about things because it's so overwhelming. Every day we have new information about what's happening online and happening with our kids. I don't get one. I was thinking about this. Press release, law enforcement report. I think all of them somehow are attached to the child met somebody online. The child met somebody, on this app. Everything is being done these days online. So I don't want it to go in one ear, out the other. We have to keep talking and brainwashing the public, in my opinion, and remind everybody on a daily basis what's happening, because I don't want people to close their eyes, shut their ears, because it's too much and they're becoming habituated to all this. We must keep talking about all of this.
What is this? What about this subject do you think makes people kind of drop their guard, or it doesn't, or maybe perhaps they think that it's different, or because I don't think people do it on purpose, but I think there's a tendency, especially on the part of parents, to just kind of poo-poo it, to just say, well, look, yes, we've always had kids. It's always been a tough world, and it's always been a tough time. And people still they still compare what children find out in terms of predation online with Playboy or Stag magazines. I mean, there's no comparison. Why is this subject matter so hard, do you think, for people to understand?
I think a couple of things. I think it is so dark and ugly that nobody really wants to face it. They can't believe it. As I travel across the country with the Warriors, I get the same response over and over again, which is usually, no, that doesn't happen. No, my child would never do that. Well, I'm here to say they are all doing it because all of us live online. Think about it. We're living on apps, right? We've got schools that, want the kids online. We've got our businesses, our work online. Everything's pretty much online. And remember, kids 30 and under, I always say, we're born in a digital bubble. It's not their fault. And I really do think two things. I think generally, people are overwhelmed. I say it all the time, and they want to just get through the day, put food on the table, pay their bills, take care of their kids the best they can do, and they don't have time to, sit down and go through everything with the kids. But I am here to say in 2026, that's got to be part of your daily life, whether you spend 5 to 10 minutes a day incorporating about this, because the predators, I'm going to keep saying this, the predators are winning. And I want to say that because NASDAQ just put out a report, and this will tie together, so just bear with me for a minute, that in 2025, human trafficking profits generated $528.5 billion. That's what they're reporting. So we know it's more. The numbers, because this crime lives, hidden most of the time. So it's much more than that. And listen to this one. Each year, it has been going up the profits 23.5%. It's the fastest growing trend. Human trafficking, forced criminality. Kids are forced into criminal activities. That's what forced criminality means, okay? Where are the kids? Remember, the predators are always where the children are. They're online. And that's what I want to remind everybody tonight about, that we must take the time to talk to our kids. I know I'm a broken record, but we got to do it, and understand what apps they're on, what games they're on. If nothing else, open and honest communication. Because I have to tell you, Lionel, people think if their kids are at home and they're quiet, or they're in their rooms with the doors closed, parents believe the kids are simply well-behaved, or they're playing games, or they're chatting with their friends. They don't realize, and this is the part we stress every single day, they do not realize that strangers are on all of these apps, and they're present, and they're in the room with your child. So let's go through that tonight and talk about more of this,
a couple of
apps and platforms.
A couple of things also, which is very interesting. And I think, again, it might be easier for us to understand because we're so incredibly groovy and connected. But a lot of times it's hard for people to grasp this. And that is simply this. Kids today aren't growing up with technology. But you've always said they're growing up inside it. Phones and tablets and gaming platforms and social apps, private messaging, all of this. This is the playground. This is where kids live in that world. So behind many of these apps, as you say, there's predators. In fact, we saw something one time when a woman, I forget where it was, we saw a woman who was on some particular format, and all of a sudden they hit the stopwatch when the men started pouring in. When the kids were being bombarded. It was the most, I couldn't believe how, and this was a while back. This was when it was, I think, less sophisticated. So this is not, don't think of the phone. This is a world, I hate to use this word, this ecosystem that they live in. Is that an exaggeration?
You know what? It's no exaggeration at all. I mean, I think what you said is not even strong enough, because we know. Remember, the bottom line is these scammers and these predators and we have criminal networks. This is organized crime now going after our children, because our children generate money. That's all they care about, right? Sextortion, especially with teenage boys. If we simply could just talk to our kids about all of this, like we're talking right now, and have our kids understand, because when I talk to them, when we at the Warriors talk to them, they're like, now I understand. They're strangers. They're making money off of our backs, right? They're threatening us. If we simply told our kids, and this is proven, if somebody, goes after you online, if somebody tries to sextort you, you created, you sent a nude image, or you had sexual dialogue, a couple of things. First of all, we got to get over the embarrassment. Kids are going to do things. This is the world they grew up in.
And also the parents have to get over the embarrassment of talking about it.
That's what I'm saying. We got to wake up, and we got to say, we have to instill in our children, no matter what you do. Remember, we were all kids and teens once. We've all done a lot of dumb things, right? You know what? We have to instill in them, no matter what you do online, you come to us. We are your protector. Because simply put, if you ignore a stranger online, if you block them, okay, if you do not answer them, okay, and then you go to your trusted adult, that scammer, that predator, that criminal, he or she is on to the next. They don't care about you. It doesn't matter how much money you pay them with sextortion. they are still going to threaten you. It doesn't matter, so you ignore them. If this simple thing I just told you, everybody would teach their kids, we could save lives. And that is a proven fact that we know about.
How big is sextortion? How big is it?
It is so huge, and, every once in a while, the media might grab onto it. FBI puts out, a notification bulletin every once in a while. I am saying that we should have PSAs, we should have billboards across the country, PSAs on every network about all of these things affecting our children. Not only the sextortion, it is huge among teenage boys, especially like ages 14 to 17. And also they target neighborhoods in America that are deemed, usually the servers are over in other countries, like, Nigeria somewhere. Neighborhoods they think, are middle to upper middle class because they think those teens have the money to pay them. And kids are paying them, okay, as much as they can pay them. But I'm here to say that doesn't work. They're still going to share your images or threaten you. It does not go away.
Have we explained how that works just very quickly? Because I don't know if people are familiar with the term sextortion.
Yeah, because what happens is because kids and all people, but let's focus on the kids right now, share pretty much everything, including what they had for breakfast. People just share. Kids have grown up again in the digital bubble, so they're sharing their feelings, their likes, their dislikes. They're fighting with their parents, everything about themselves. Who their dog is, where they go to school, who their friends are. Okay, these predators just are online 24 hours a day, and they're hacking into profiles, just looking at profiles, and they pretend to be somebody they're not. So, for instance, for the boy, they will pretend, say it's a 15-year-old boy, they'll pretend to be a 14, 15, 16-year-old girl, and they start chatting. And within 3 hours, the boy has, revealed so much information about himself. And the next thing, look at an image of a nude girl, and they think it's this girl they're talking to online, and the girl will say, this is the same story over and over again. The girl will say, now, okay, I sent you my picture, send me yours. And the boy will send a nude image of himself. And that's where, once they get that image, then they get the message, send me $1,000, send me $500, or I'll tell your parents, I know where you go to school, I'm going to put this on your friends' platforms, you're going to be, everybody's going to be laughing at you. I say, the heck with all of that. Let's talk about this goes on. Let us laugh at these predators and scammers and put them in their places, and let us teach our kids, you come to us and we take care of it. And when this happens, I also want to add something. You must not erase images. You're not going to get in trouble. You are to create a record. 911 you start with, number one. Number two, 1-800-CALL-FBI. 3, cybertipline.org. They will go after these predators. People have to realize there is help out there. But we have kids killing themselves. I mean, I just spent a weekend with parents whose children have killed themselves because of sextortion. This is unacceptable in America, anywhere but in America. Our kids are killing themselves because of strangers.
And these are good kids. These aren't kids who are troubled or drug addicts or runaways. These are kids who are just absolutely, they were, I hate to say, I'll say it, they're kids. They don't have judgment yet. They have difficulty processing this, and they're forever gone. And the looks, I've seen it with you. The looks on the parents' faces cannot be explained.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.